Okay, so on number 19, we've got a difference of squares again. And if I could do this really quick because I know that it's just going to be this squared minus this squared. That's what happens when you have two binomials that look exactly alike except for the middle sign is opposite. The operation in the middle is opposite. It's just going to be that squared, so 6 squared minus that squared. Square root of 2 squared is 2. So that's going to be 34. All right, so just to check that that's right, let's go ahead and FOIL it out. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times negative square root of 2 is negative 6 square root of 2. Square root of 2 times 6 is plus 6 square root of 2. And square root of 2 times negative square root of 2 is negative 2. So those middle terms cancel, and you end up with 34. So that's a difference of squares, and that's how it always works. Okay, over here we have a fraction that has radicals in it. The first thing we do is simplify the radicals, and then we can cancel things. Now actually with this one we could go ahead and cancel the 12 with the 6, because those are already on the outside. We can just cancel them out. So the 12 and the 6 cancel, and you're left with a 2 on the top. It's 12 over 6 is 2. All right, so then we've got 8 to the 5th here all under the radical, and outside we have 2a. So 2a square root of 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8, times a times a times a times a times a, all over square root of a. All right, now I can go ahead and cancel, since I have 3 a's under the radical here and 3 a's under the radical here. I could rewrite this all under the radical, because when you divide two square roots, it's the same as taking the square root of the two things that are divided. So since you've got 3 a's under here and 3 a's under here, you can just go ahead and cancel those, top and bottom, because it's all multiplication. All right, then you've got 2 2's left here and 2 a's left here, so that these 2 a's, that's a squared, so when it comes out it'll be a, and that's 2 squared, so when it comes out it'll be a 2. So you're going to have 2a, which you already have there, and then you're going to pull out the 2 and the a, and you're going to be left with just a 2 under there, that little 2 that's by itself. And then you're going to have 4a squared, square root of 2. So you can cancel these square root of a cubed and square root of a cubed, because there's one on the top and one on the bottom. They're just a factor. It's on the top and bottom of the fraction, so you can cancel them. All right, and you could have also remembered your rules for exponents, which tell you that you can subtract the exponents when you divide like bases. So you could have done this even more simply by, first of all, canceling the 12 and the 6, which would just leave you with a 2a there. And then rewrite this whole fraction all under one radical, 8a to the 5th over a cubed. And then that would have been 2a times the square root of 8a squared, because if you subtract 5 minus 3, you just get 2. And so that would be what you'd be left with, and you could bring out, like we did here, bring out 2 of the 2's, and you're going to get 4a squared, square root of 2. Either way. All right, so down here, we can rewrite this again so that we can see all the things that come out. So 2 times 2, 4 is 2 times 2, and then you've got 5 x's, and then y, all over a. All right, so look at all your doubles. Got a doubles, doubles, double, double, double. All right, so 2 squared, square root of 2 squared is, oops, didn't mean to do that. All All right, square root of 2 squared is 2. Square root of x squared is x. Square root of x squared is x. Square root of y squared is y. And then square root of a squared is a. Square root of a squared is a. And then left under the radical, the only thing left under there is that little x all by itself. So when you simplify that, that's 2x squared y over a squared times the square root of x. Okay, here, when you square numbers like this that are all in parentheses with the square on the outside, you can just go through and square each thing you see there. Now, another way to do it is to just think, okay, this is 3 times the square root of 2b times 3 times the square root of 2b. All right, so that's 3 times 3 is 9. And then the square root of 2b times the square root of 2b is the two exact same square roots multiplied together. If that ever happens, the square root just disappears because you're squaring the square root. So that just becomes 2b. So that's 18b.